teach the controversy rather than try and censor out the information that shows that evolution is questionable.
Seriously, where did you study science?
Well, see, that's the point. Scientists are now claiming that they're the only ones that can speak on this issue. It's almost like a religion in which only scientists are allowed to speak and teach on it and to teach everyone else. And everyone else must believe what the scientists, what particular scientists say. Where is the evidence of evolution from one species to another species? The macroevolution. There's microevolution within a species, but not going from one species to another.
Oh, really?
If we had gone from that broad of an evolution, there should be overwhelming tons of material evidence, not just an isolated thing here and there. But again, there is not evidence.
Almost every fossil you find is intermediate with something and something else.
If that were the case, the Smithsonian Natural History Museum would be filled with these examples, but instead they're not.
It is. And I just told you about Australopithecus, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens. By the way, archaic Homo sapiens and then modern Homo sapiens. That's a beautiful series of intermediates.
You're still lacking the material evidence.
The material evidence is there. Go to the museum and look at it. Have you seen Homo erectus? Have you seen Homo habilis? Have you seen Australopithecus?
What I've seen is that in the museums and in the textbooks that whenever they claim to show the evolution from one species to another, it relies on illustrations and drawings,
no, it doesn't.
not any material evidence. If they were in the museums, which I've been to many times, then I would look at them objectively, but there's a variety of opinions across the board among those who may not buy completely into the hardcore ideas of evolution. There are those who believe in different levels of evolution within creation, and that really shows kind of a creative independence within our movement that seems to be a bit lacking among those who believe in evolution and only evolution. And the ad hominem attacks to ad hominem attacks, ad hominem, it's the hardcore evolutionists that reject the idea of a creator that then pave the foundation for very brutal societies. Communism was based on atheistic beliefs and evolutionary beliefs. The atheistic belief, the evolutionary belief, is that you're unnecessary and unneeded if you cannot provide something for society.
Can you point to any positive scientific evidence in favor of creation?
I think the fact, as you pointed out, DNA, I think DNA helps to show that each one of us are individuals. And
yes, but they have to be individuals
distinct.
for evolution to work. I mean,
I don't think that's the case. I think that the fact that each one, we don't have good evidence of positive mutations being the ones that are then built on, because if they're a mutation, they're alone. So in order for something to rise up and have more of it, you need to have a good base to choose from. For example, a recessive gene in a person. Both parents may have brown eyes, and yet a child may have blue eyes. And that's because there's enough of the gene in their ancestors to have brought out that recessive gene. The fact that you can have two people, a man and a woman, could have 13 children, 16 children, and each one is completely distinct from one another. That shows that even though they came from a common parentage, that yet there's still a creative element for each one of those human beings. And one of them is a severely handicapped little girl who can't do anything for herself. She can't talk, she can't walk, she can't feed herself, she can barely sit up. And when a person, one of the people I was with, turned to me and said, "Do you believe in evolution?" And I said, "I think this little girl is a perfect example of why evolution is wrong."
Their hospital care should be taken care of by the state. That's a liberal principle which I espouse. It's an un-Darwinian principle.
And see, I believe that it's not a state, because a state is an institution or an entity. It's human beings that provide care for others. I think it helps to show that people are using their critical factories, and so we don't need to deny any facts, because the facts end up bearing out our beliefs. If evolution had occurred, then surely, whether it's going from birds to mammals or even beyond that, surely there'd be at least one evidence.
There's a massive amount of evidence.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.